Welcome to all Envio users and HyperIndex builders. We released HyperIndex v2 something like a year ago already, and since then we had like really little breaking changes, but still so many new features coming every week. And we decided to start a series on YouTube where we'll describe and tell you more about all the amazing features we ship. And today we will talk about preload optimization, which was released in version 2.27. Like you can see, that number is getting huge already. So 2.27, new preload optimization, no breaking changes for existing indexers, but highly recommended to upgrade for ones who want to get more performance and more convenient API. So I'm running an indexer on the background. You can see that it uses our new cool feature development console. It was released in maybe a few months ago. So if you didn't see it, definitely upgrade to the latest version. Currently available only in Chrome, so be aware of this. And here I run indexer, which indexes for chain all your C20 tokens using wildcard indexing. And below here is a really nice performance section telling us what's going on with our indexer. And it is slow. It's like less than 1000 events per second, and our goal is to be around 10,000 events per second for now, at least. And what's going on? We can see that processing batch size is full. It means that our data sources are doing a great job, so they're fast. And out of 3 minutes of all time around the indexer, processing time is 3 minutes. And loaders are 0 because we don't use them here. And handlers are 3 minutes 30 seconds. And yeah, this is not nice, especially considering that our handlers are not that heavy. So let's go and take a look at the code and figure out what's wrong there. Here the code. The config is quite simple. We are indexing 2 events, as I said before. And here, the approval handler, it gets an account from the database. Probably this is not good. And also, ERC20 gets a sender account and receiver account from the database. And it's fine if you use loaders, and actually preload optimization is the same thing we had all this time. Like it's loaders features we had forever, but now it's in a nice package and available for everyone. We'll come to this later, but if you don't have loaders and have this code simply in handlers, this is what most of the users have by default. It will mean that for every event we process, we will load this account from the database, then load this account from the database, one at a time. For example, if you process 5,000 events, it will mean it will do 10,000, like 5,000 events in a batch. It will do 10,000 input-output calls. Like it will do 10,000 queries to the database, which is, this is slow. Like it's not extremely slow, but you can see that it slows down the indexing quite a lot, like 1000 events per second. This is not normal. If you see your indexer indexing at 1000 events per second, this is not good. Yeah, and how to solve this? And to solve this, we have a preload optimization. As I said, we had this before for loaders, but currently we recommend to migrate from loaders to use this one. And also what's important to note, you should be aware of this, with the preload optimization, handlers will run twice. And why do I say handlers? Is because it works for handlers. And to enable this, we just need to set this to true. And all new indexers which are created using Envio init will have this set to true by default, just for you to know. So we are going to config, and here I already have this disabled, just for you to show how not fast it is. And let's stop the current process and run npm envio dev. It will restart everything from start. Yeah, so it's running. Let's close and go back to the dev console. It should start indexing with updated data now, and we'll see the change. let it start properly indexing, and we can already see that it's 8,000 events per second already. Six, oh, it's not nice. Damn, my gods didn't bless me. I saw 10,000 on more before. Okay, it's accelerating a little bit. So actually now you can see that the processing time is much slower than profiling time, and the processing batch size is less than 5,000. And what it means, it's like currently it's not blocked by handlers anymore. It's currently blocked by the data source. We use HyperSync, it's amazing, but we can do better. And yeah, subscribe, and yeah, promise there'll be another video where we'll say like indexing got 3 or 4 times faster, because you can see for this case, like we're handling, like the processing of events takes only 10 seconds, while the indexing runs for 80 seconds already. So it's just so much time to unblock the indexing, and we can do this, like I promise you. I write the code, so I'm responsible for this. But for now, it's already an amazing improvement. From 1,000 events per second, it's like 9 or 10 times faster already. It's just simply adding one line of code to your config. And yeah, let's keep it running just because we can. And what's going on, like with the handlers, how it works. And now it adds a preload phase run. So as I said before, it runs the indexers twice. And the first run is a preload phase where it runs a batch of events in parallel. It ignores all database write operations. So it loads the data for 5,000 events in parallel. And it also does it cleverly. Like it's not simply like does 5 DB queries in parallel. It batches them in a single query just automatically. You don't need to do anything else. And then the second run, we guarantee that all the handlers will run one at a time in the on-chain order, so you can rely on this, and they'll have correct entity state. Like at the time when the event is processed, it will have the correct state with all the data populated by previous events. So this is really nice, and as you saw, like I didn't have any change of I didn't change any line in the handlers. It just got 10,000, sorry, not 10,000 times faster, but 10 times faster. And yeah, but double run, it's like tricky, so it might not work for everyone. And for example, if you're doing an external call, like use RPC to get contract data, for this you must use Effect API. And what's Effect API? I'll record another video about this topic, but for you to quickly know, there is a dedicated page for the Effect API. Also, there are guides how to access contract state and how to access APFS data. And it also uses the Effect API here. So it's like all updated and up to date. Please use. And one quick hack for you to, like for example, you don't want this double run feature or break something, you can easily opt out it by saying like context is preload, just exit here. And all the code below this line will run only once, as it used to run for handlers before the preload optimization. This is not nice because like it will have the same problem as I described before, like 5,000 times going to the database to get this entity. This is not nice. So we ideally, what we want to do is load all this data and then exit the preload mode this way. Or for example, what you can do is, for example, if you have a global counter, like every side effect, this is like a similar pattern how React does. So every side effect, it should be either in effect, or you can use this isPreload check to say, okay, if we are not in preload, so actual handler run, we increase a counter, or we are doing any other side effect. So this is nice. And one tip for you, like the preload optimization is nice, but you can make it even better. Like for example, you can see that here we request the sender account, and here we request receiver account. This is like 2 awaits, and our batching is clever, but it's not like omniscient. So ideally, what you want to do, you want to use promise all to group all the asynchronous operations, like which loads data and all the stuff. And I don't want to do it like boring way. We, yeah, let me show. In the latest release, we added built-in cursor rules. So when you start a project, it will automatically populate the initial cursor rules. They're pretty basic for now because we like trying to explore new ways of building things, but this is already nice. And what I want to do, I want to say, let me think. Use promise all to get entities from database to optimize for concurrency. Okay, and let's go see how it goes. Using GPT-5, which was released yesterday. I don't know when you watch this video, but GPT-5 was released yesterday. So we'll see how it goes. I hope Cursor doesn't use some shady model under the hood for me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, nice. Thank you. Okay, and what we have here now, yeah, now I like these changes, so I'll accept them. Thank you, Cursor. Now we load sender and receiver's accounts like simultaneously. And what's nice about this preload optimization and batching and all the stuff happening under the hood, that for example, we run a batch of 5,000 events with transfers, and they have like either duplicated from to like for example, one event has from to my address and another event has to my address. This batching will cleverly deduplicate all these calls and load only the ones that are necessary. And like for example, or if they're different, it will just load 10,000 accounts like using one SQL query, which is also nice. Much better than doing 10,000 SQL queries separately. So this is all, and yeah, definitely wait for the Effect API video and data source optimization, which will make your indexer multiple times faster. Like 10 times faster in this video is already amazing, but we are going to make even faster.